So I'm going to share just a few teachings with you, but just a few, you could say, meditations. And I call them meditations with nature. So I was very lucky to be raised in South Africa and to be educated in South Africa. And one of my lucks was being, or blessings, was being educated by my teacher, Mamgwevu, from the Xhosa Nation. And she had a dream where she said the Great Spirit came to her and told her that she needed to be ready to train someone from another culture to become her apprentice. And Nelson Mandela had just been released. He had just become president. The year was 1996. And I'd been sick with a chronic illness for 7 years. And I came close to death. It was very, very hard. And then the next day I went through her gate and she said to me that I was the one she had to train. So I trained with her for 10 years, learning the most beautiful ways and ceremonies. And now I've been traveling around the world for the last 9 years. So I'm just going to bring a few meditations and ideas for you to ponder about nature. And the big question is, what is the role of a human being? So our role is to be in service to the planet. How are we turning up with that right now? And I've done retreats all over the west coast of America, and I've had these amazing meditations and these revelations, and some of them are quite sad. And I'm going to share some of them with you, and that is Hungry Ghost. Hungry Ghost energy is what's ruining this world right now. And the meditation I'd like to offer you is a meditation on Hungry Ghost. What is Hungry Ghost? When I was 21, I was in South Korea, and there was this beautiful fresco that we used to meditate under, and it was the fresco of the Hungry Ghost. The Hungry Ghost is this space that people go to when they die, but they're not fulfilled yet, they're not content. So they have very thin necks and very fat bodies because they can't be content. No matter what they do, they can't find contentment. And that's what I find in the world right now. The Western world is eating up the world with technology, with food, with drugs, with absolutely everything. With spirituality, people can't get enough. So people come to my workshops and they want an experience. And if they don't get an experience, they keep shopping. That's not spirituality, my friends. That's not spirituality. Spirituality is how much can you give to the world. When you look at a sparrow in the garden and you see the sparrow dancing around with the most beautiful eloquence of nature, the sparrow is not asking what you can give it. The sparrow is just singing its song and it's offering its beauty to the world. So how much can we as human beings offer our beauty to the world without taking? So when we do ceremonies in South Africa, it's called an umsebenzi. And an umsebenzi means spiritual work. Literally, umsebenzi in English means spiritual work. It means how much can you give to your ancestors, how much can you give to nature, and then maybe, if you're lucky, the spirits will give you a dream. But you do not do ceremony in umsebenzi because you want something from the spirit world. That's considered rude and impolite in the traditional Sangoma world. So imagine my shock after 9 years of traveling in the Western world, when people want an experience, they want a dream. And you see the problem here? That's what you call hungry ghost energy that happens without thinking. And that energy spreads into the natural world. And that energy spreads to Southern Africa, where we have the greatest poaching epidemic in the last 500 years. And a lot of them come from America, coming to shoot trophy hunting. So I don't want to bring it down on all of you because I believe in love, but I also believe that human beings need to stand up and become warriors and do their job. Do their job. And what does it mean to do your job? How much can you give, not take? So that's my meditation for all of you. And I'm not judging you. I feel the hungry ghost inside myself. So what do you do when the hungry ghost appears? I remember in South Korea when the snow was falling and the hungry ghost was there, and he spoke to the Zen masters, and it was cold. It was cold outside. I got really sick from the cold. And we were meditating, and why do you live every day and why do you die? It was the Zen meditation. So when we discussed hungry ghost, what do we do when the hungry ghost appears inside of us? The wanting and the craving. And the only thing you do is you offer it a cup of tea, and you smile at it, and you love it. You love the hungry ghost inside of you, because if you don't, it will turn into a shadow, and that shadow will breed, and that shadow will carry on destroying this world. So I call on you to love the hungry ghost inside of you. Feel the craving, feel the wanting. Don't judge yourself. Put a blanket around yourself, make yourself a nice cup of herbal tea, and say, sweetie, I know you want a new iPad. I've been wanting it for ages. But honey, it's kind of expensive at the moment. And just breathe into that. But this is serious work because it's impacting on the very lives of people in the front lines in South Africa and indigenous worlds. And I see that impact because I'm living it. And I see the impact when I go and do spiritual retreats and workshops and people they want a vision. So I'm just sharing the old ways with you. You have to earn a vision. You have to earn a dream. And the way you do that in our way is you give of yourself with compassion to the world around you. In the same way the sparrow gives of itself when it sings and dances in front of you in nature. So the world of nature teaches us how to become better human beings. And I encourage all of us today to make an offering to the nature spirits, to the nature beings, to the sparrows, to the birds, to the seagulls, to the frogs that are soon to enter heaven. May we love them. May they have a good experience. So I promised Kate I wasn't going to speak too long. So I just want to introduce the Hungry Ghost and that meditation. And then I'm going to be speaking more on Thursday. It's just a talk on Thursday of 2 hours and a bit of a ceremony. And then on Friday and Saturday is a 2-day ceremony with plant medicine. Now, until you get excited, it's not hallucinogenic. But hey, it's just as good, okay? It's just as good. I had this wonderful experience with this guy in Dublin because I did this 3-day retreat in Dublin. And I had this beautiful guy came and he was like, he was probably the top kind of hallucinogenic kind of expert in Ireland. And he had kind of smoked, snorted, cooked any kind of hallucinogenic plant matter there was, known to man. So he came on my 3-day ceremony. He put his feet in the holy elixir of plant matter, closed his eyes. He said he had the most profound trip of his life. And he came down and he said, Jesus, John. He says, that was, I won't swear, that was, and that was just as good as ayahuasca. He said, if not better. So that hungry ghost energy, we watch carefully, we offer a prayer to it, and then any kind of plant that we work with, could be blades of grass, can give you a vision. That's how we work in South Africa. That's the way I was trained. So I think I'm going to finish off with a song and get everyone to sing and dance, because that's the Sangoma actually means people of the song, because when we sing and dance, we raise up the energy of the world and we connect to the spirit world. So if you want to stand up, You're going to do a little bit of rhythm work. So we're going to do a bit of rhythm work, and I think to begin with, I think just hold your center and just bring your awareness inside yourself, and just to feel your own heartbeat. So I want you to listen. I want you to listen to your own heartbeat, because that's where it all begins. How can you connect with your own spirit? And once you find contentment inside yourself, then the hungry ghosts aren't an issue anymore. Then the ghosts come to you to be fed, because they're lonely on the other side, and then you share with them. So first, feel your own heartbeat and feel your own pain, because the hungry ghost feeds off pain. And you just feel your own beingness, your own livingness, with joy and compassion for yourself. And then I'll sing a song to it, to all of us, and then we'll sing together. So just hold that space. Oh, moya, moya, moya. Oh, moya, moya. Oh, moya, moya, yo. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Abazali bamu, ya, abazali bam, oh, ya, abazali bamu, yo, ya, 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 ya. Oh, tickle-um, ya, tickle-um, ya. Oh, tickle-um, you, ya, ya. Ya, 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 ya. Yabazali bam, ya, yabazali bam, ya. Abazali bambu, yeah. So we're going to sing together. As we sing, you're just going to put your feet into the ground, and you feel the rhythm that I'm making, and we're just going to do this rhythm. Listen to the rhythm. Hey, 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 hey. We do this together. And open your eyes now. Now you can open your eyes. It's okay to open your eyes. You keep your eyes closed, you're going to lose the rhythm. So keep your eyes open now. Now we'll loosen up a little bit more. So we'll do that. We'll do another sound. So open your eyes. Try that. Let's try again. Moya, say Moya. Moya. Moya, moya, just open your eyes. moya wam, 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 moya wam. Look alive, look alive. Look alive, don't look like a hungry ghost, look alive. Look like a happy ghost, like Casper, happy ghost. That loving, happy ghost. Moya wammo, 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 moya wammo. Mama, 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 mama. Mama, 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 moya, 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 mama, 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 mama. So stop those feet, put those feet into the ground, feel the aliveness of this moment. Mama, mama, oh mama, mama, abazali mama wam, oh abazali mama wam, oh mama, mama, oh mama, mama, oh mama, mama, yeah, mama wam, abazali gotiko wam, mama wam, moya wam, mama wam, moya wam, mama wam, gotiko wam. Breathe. Feed that hungry spirit inside of you. Feed the hungry ghost. Feel the pulse inside your feet. Feel the pulse in your being. Just closing your eyes for a moment. Sangola manyangi, Sangola manyangi, oh Sangola manyangi, oh Sangola manyangi, oh Sangola tikawamu, oh Sangola tikawamu, kamaguini bashakazi bamu, kamagu yamamamu. So just a short prayer of honoring our ancestors and the Great Spirit and saying thank you for this moment. So thanks everyone, and thanks to Reverend Kedo and Shelley for inviting me. And if any of you want to speak to me afterwards about the workshop or the retreat, I'm also sending my books at the back, Leopard Warrior, produced by Sounds True. And you can speak to me afterwards. I'm also offering private healing sessions in Makawa. So thank you.
Thank you, John.